Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Donnetta Washington, and I'm one of the faculty here at the UGA School of Social Work. I particularly serve as the Practicum coordinator on the Title IV Child Welfare Stipend program. So I specifically help support and liaise Title IV students through their internship practicum experience with the Division of Family and Children Services. What is a project-based internship? A project-based internship is a creative way for students to develop a project or a series of activities that they can put together to specifically do during their internship. This could be the advancement of a particular project that they've been hoping to do after a needs assessment has been done within the agency. This could be something where their unit or their manager has been envisioning happening within the agency, something that advances the mission of the Division of Family and Children Services. Well, as a matter of fact, we have some 4E students who are placed in units who are learning from that unit to be able to learn what else the agency does. But this differs in that this is student-led. These are your ideas that you've done research about, that you've done a needs assessment, you've looked at what the research says about that particular need within the community. And so because this is student-led and working with a supervisor to promote some type of advancement within the agency, it differs in that particular way. This may be an opportunity for you to use the classes that you've already taken through your MSW journey to really be able to bring what you see in the classroom into practice. How do I get started? That's a great question. So what every student would need to do first is a needs assessment. They'll assess the needs either of the agency, their region, or of the county in which they're working to see exactly where the needs within that particular apparatus to really be able to fulfill a project within their agency. Additionally, students can also do research on that particular population, whether it's through one of their courses that they've been able to gather information from, through one of the university's libraries, using that opportunity to research the population, see what has been done already, and to see how can you implement that in your own agency. Who will supervise my project? That's also a wonderful question. So with the Division of Family and Children Services, there is already a list that's available with the Title IV team who we use to partner with our students. So we have a list of field instructors who have already had the experience, who've already been trained to really help guide students along their project-based journey. So the supervisor will also have to have 2 years post-MSW experience, be trained through the department, and also they cannot be a peer. They'll have to be someone in a supervisor or higher role. If I have multiple project ideas, how do I narrow them down? That's also a very great question. You will start with the one in which serves the need of your current agency at this particular time. So this may be one that you've done a lot of research on, that you've actually found the activities that will help support that project. This could also be the project in which your supervisor has said that they wanted the team to work on that particular time. Anywhere where you could find activities that will help support you throughout your academic year. Is it possible to collaborate with another student on the project? Absolutely. The only thing to keep in mind is that each student should have their own list of activities. So if you're collaborating with a student because the project is very big and you want to touch on many different factors, let's just say you want to work on a leadership training, but one student want to work on leadership for foster care and one wanted to work on one for adoptions. Absolutely. You can work in collaboration with another student for a project-based internship as long as the activities are very defined and that you all are working on separate activities. What should I do if I don't have enough activities to fulfill my internship hour obligations? That's also a really great question. This will be the opportunity to engage communication with your supervisor. Talk about what are some other things that you can do to support the growth of this particular vision that you all want to see. It may be adding on different populations. It may be adding on different services, whatever it is that will help make that particular opportunity more robust. It may be a conversation that you have with your supervisor at that particular time. So during that time that you're meeting with your supervisor, let's have a think tank session. You all can come up with different explorations that will be beneficial for your particular project. So where you may have only had 8 hours a week, you may find yourself going to 20 hours a week now, because now that the two of you have sat down, thought about what this project is about, it makes it a little bit more robust. What is the process for obtaining approval for a project-based internship? So before we start the next academic year, we will always talk about what your practicum experience is going to be like. So this is where you and I will sit down, have a conversation about what you want to see for your practicum experience. Then we'll talk about the next steps to making sure that that vision is fulfilled. How do I complete my learning plan for a project-based internship? Great question. I get this one all the time. So the Council of Social Work Education has 9 social work competencies. What you'll do, which will also fulfill some of the gaps that you may see in your project-based activities, is go through these competencies and see what activities can I include that will meet the basic competency level for me as a social worker. Okay, so at that particular point, you will go through each competency, preferably with your field instructor, to see exactly what can you do at that particular point, and that the practice behaviors and how will you be evaluated on these competencies. This is the basis of a learning plan. The learning plan is really aligning what you'll be doing in your project-based internship with the competencies with the CSWE. How does my project benefit the agency and support the mission of a unit in the agency? If you're asking this question, that means that you're ready for a project-based internship. The project-based internship is really for those who want to advance their own professional career within the agency, but also benefit from the advancement of the agency and see it grow. So this may be adding to your leadership development. This may be adding to the development of others within your agency. This is the vision that you see for the agency, child welfare in general, and see how what your project can do to take the division to the next level. How will my results be used by the agency? Oftentimes, leadership is already involved in the thinking and the ideas of putting together a project-based internship anyway. Maybe it's through supervision, maybe it's through what the leader has been wanting to do within the region or the county. Either way, it will get the attention of leadership simply through the process of you working through the project, okay? Whether you're working on a training or whether you're working on food insecurity, it will get the attention of the leadership simply because this may have been an idea that they have wanted to see within the region or even the county. So one mission to really be able to serve the population within your community will not only serve the needs of you as a student in helping you grow as a master's level practitioner, but it also meets the needs of the agency through the vision, through the lens of leadership. Great question. If you have any additional questions, our Title IV team has a monthly mentoring session every single month. Use that as the opportunity to not only speak to your faculty mentors, myself, David Kelly, but also your peers. There's so many of our students who've done project-based who may have ideas to share. This is a perfect opportunity for shared vision, experiences from other students so that we all can collaborate together. Just make sure you're attending the mandatory mentorship group sessions.